Welcome into Cronkite Sports Live. I'm Ethan Ryter alongside Spencer Cihak. Spencer, you're making your CSL anchor debut today, and it's March. What is your favorite thing about March?
Well, besides making my CSL debut, it's got to be all the sports that are happening right now, whether it's baseball, softball, wrestling, all of them. It's just madness.
It sure is madness. We got them all covered here on CSL. And my favorite thing about March is March Madness. ASU might not be a part of that tournament this year. They played Colorado on Thursday. Let's get right to those highlights.
Arizona State versus Colorado men's hoops. Bobby Hurley not happy because the game started off with 15 combined turnovers in just the first 8 minutes of the game. McKinley Wright backing down on Holland Woods for Colorado's first bucket inside the paint, and he says, "You are too small, you cannot guard me in there." Holland Woods on the other end gets the dish to Jalen House for three. Bingo! Jalen House's offensive production has been much improved so far this season. Holland Woods said, "Hey, I dished one. How about I go get one myself?" Connects from long range. 17-14 ASU with 7 minutes remaining. McKinley Wright, though, and one. Bucket plus the foul, and Colorado ended up having a 1-point lead going into the half. It was a close one, but in the second half, it was a lot different. McKinley Wright decided to take over. McKinley Wright with the layup there on Jalen Graham. He's got the scoring. What about the playmaking as well? Absolute dime to Sean Schwartz has Holland Woods jumping. That gave Colorado a 13-point lead with 5 to go, and then McKinley Wright ended up getting subbed out with 18 seconds left. The senior's last game at home with 24 points. Good performance from him, and Colorado ends up with the win, 75-61. Colorado now improves to 20-7 on the season. ASU falls to 10-12.
Yeah, I didn't like how we finished the game at all. I just didn't think that they had too many layups. They scored numerous times. We kind of, just folded some defensively, and McKinley Wright was, had his fingerprints all over that. So that's basically my perspective on what happened.
ASU women's basketball lost Wednesday night against USC in the Pac-12 tournament, thanks to plays like that from Jordan Sanders. Sydney Caldwell with the mid-range attempt, trying to put the Sun Devils on the board. Alexis Aaron with the deep three ball there, extending USC's lead 28-7 in the second quarter. Jordy Jenkins with the step, makes the layup. Taya Hansen throws one up, not letting the Sun Devils go down without a fight. And Rogers with the mid-range shot, making it look easy. The Trojans led 39-22 at the half. Rogers over to Keeley, she'll make the bucket. Sanders with great ball awareness there, she'll take it down the court and make the layup. Finally, Rogers over to Jenkins, she will take the three, make it, and with that, let's take you to a graphic. ASU lost 71-65. The top scorer for the Sun Devils was Hansen with 15.6 rebounds and 3 assists. And for the Trojans, Rogers finished with 15 points of her own with 5 rebounds and 11 assists. Arizona State's first round exit is their second in a row.
Just a tough game for our young team. We've had a tough time all year long sustaining ourselves. Like, we'll have a good win and then we'll have a let up. Obviously big win last Sunday. I did think we were ready and focused, but we started super slow. Just didn't throw the first punch. Didn't start punching really until into the second quarter.
The end of the basketball season concludes Jaden Simmons' first year at ASU. One of our own caught up with her for a special edition of Sun Devil Sit Down. Make sure to stick around as we will have that later on in the show.
Sun Devil Wrestling at the Pac-12 tournament. And this is Anthony Valencia taking on the number 1 ranked Griffith out of Stanford. He's able to turn it around and get on top of him after Griffith looked like he had positioning. This would give Anthony Valencia a quick 6-0 lead right off the bat. And Griffith wasn't able to take over from that point in time, and Anthony Valencia came away with the win and a Pac-12 championship. This is Colton Schultz. He wrestles a lot of Greco. He's not used to people grabbing at the legs. Traxler grabs at his legs here, and he's going to need to be able to get out of this to be able to secure the victory, and he does right here, able to get out of that clamps, and he ends up being a Pac-12 champion as well in his first year wrestling at ASU. And then this is Ja'Cory Teamer. Like to shoot out of the cannon, does again here, and absolutely takes down Willett to get his Pac-12 championship himself. Stays aggressive the whole time, and the team won the hardware, but it didn't come back to Tempe in one piece.
Bringing home the trophy is wonderful. I wish I had it, but they broke it. So I can't wait to hear what that story is. But I handed it to Cordell. And if you got Cordell coming on, you can ask him the story, but he freaking broke the trophy. So I was going to get it fixed. we got to get it glued back together, but it'll make a great story for them 30 years from now when they come back together and they look at that broken trophy, because I'm gonna leave it somewhat broken, a piece of corner. I wish I had it. I'd show it to you. Todd Ford has it. He's getting it glued back together, but I'm going to leave it like that because I'm sure they're going to have some fun story with it down the road.
While they might have broken this year's trophy, at least they have 19 more, as after this win, they now have 20 conference championships. It was well-deserved as they went undefeated on the season, and with his win, Anthony Valencia became one of 3 Sun Devils in program history to win 4 individual Pac-12 titles. Their main goal, however, was a national championship. Those are coming up on March 18th, and we'll see a plethora of Sun Devils competing in that competition.
ASU softball have been smashing it out of the park so far this season, both literally and figuratively. Our own WCSN softball reporter Jack Loader joins us on the show from Farrington Stadium. Jack, what have the team been doing right to be 11-1?
Don't look now, Sun Devil fans, but ASU softball is the hottest team on campus. Through the season's first 12 games, the team sits at 11-1, using a beautiful balance of strong pitching and a juggernaut of an offense. Senior Maddie Hackbarth is having a banner year at the plate, hitting .471 while belting 6 homers and driving in 20 runs. As always, her twin sister Kendra is holding down the leadoff spot with a .476 average of her own. Sophomores Alina Torres and Jasmine Hill are producing as well, with seniors Bella Loomis and Ali Tatnell rounding out what has been a potent offense. In the circle, freshman Allison Royalty, sophomore Lindsay Lopez, and senior Cielo Meza have dominated the opposition, posting a 2.72 team ERA. Trisha Ford and her squad head on the road for the first time this weekend as they play a weekend tournament in El Paso. The season continues on Friday as they play Montana at 11 a.m. Back to you, Ethan.
It was a busy weekend for ASU baseball as they hosted Hawaii. Our own Zach Larson has a recap.
The Arizona State Sun Devils welcomed the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors to town to play 3 games in 2 days. For ASU, Friday night's game got off to a rocky start, with freshman Cooper Benson leaving the game after just 1 inning. The night didn't improve much either, eventually losing the game 3-2, with Hawaii scoring the winning run in the 9th inning.
But when you're struggling scoring runs, you can't, you can't play the way that we did defensively. Because if we take care of the baseball today, we still win that game, albeit 2-1.
The Bats came alive in the doubleheader on Saturday, scoring 15 runs in the 2 games combined, including an inside-the-park home run by freshman Hunter Haas, providing a much-needed spark after a tough loss to the Rainbow Warriors on Friday night.
When I was rounding first, I was just kind of like, I hope he doesn't catch it, to be honest.
Clearly was a big hit in that first game and kind of ignited and had a kind of really a calming effect and allowed guys to relax a little bit at the plate.
The offense as a whole woke up in the doubleheader, helping the team win by a score of 6-5 in the first game and 96 in the final game, embracing the idea of small ball to score runs.
Everybody did their job, and that's something that we strive to do. That's something that the guys work really hard on, and truly it's going to be probably more the blueprint of our offense than laying back waiting for a 3-run homers.
The bullpen for the Sun Devils stood strong, allowing just 5 runs in 17 innings this weekend. Starter Tyler Thornton went 5 2/3 innings on Saturday, while sophomore Eric Toman struggled, going just 3 1/3 innings, allowing a career-high 5 earned runs.
We got a ton of guys this year that can come in and get it done, like Jared. Jared came in there, bases loaded, 1 out, first college appearance, strikes out 2 guys, and then cruises through, I think, 2 or 3 more innings. I mean, it's stuff like that that's going to keep us winning and keep the positive momentum going forward.
After winning the 3-game set, ASU will face off against Nevada on Tuesday for its first midweek matchup on the season, before a weekend series against Utah. In Tempe, Zachary Larson, Cronkite Sports.
Thank you, Zach, for the update on how ASU did last week. Going into this week, ASU's pitching staff will look very different, as it was announced by head coach Tracy Smith on Thursday that both freshman Cooper Benson and junior Boyd Van Cooey will be foregoing the rest of the season due to needing Tommy John surgery. Both Benson and Cooey were described by Smith as ASU's number 1 and number 2 starters, making this a huge loss for the Sun Devils.
Sun Devil soccer had a disappointing season last year, to say the least. This season, though, Coach Winkworth has the squad cooking. They took on number 10 USC at Sun Devil Stadium, and our own Sam Stern was there to recap the action.
Tonight's game could be summed up with one word: energetic. The Sun Devils came out right from the start, firing on all cylinders as they had their first conference game against the USC Trojans in a win 1-0, led by the fantastic Nicole Douglas.
It feels amazing. We're all really buzzing after that win. We went into the game believing that we could win this game, and we fought to the very end, straight from the get-go to the very end, and it was a team effort really. So we're 5-0 now and first Pac-12 win, and hopefully we can just keep on going.
The Sun Devils came into their first game of Pac-12 looking to send a message to the rest of the conference, and they did just that. Coach Winkworth set them up with a game plan going into the match, and the team executed it at a high level.
They implemented the game plan extremely well, and then obviously we've been working extremely hard. If you compare us last season on set pieces, last year we didn't score a single goal from a corner kick. This season we've scored 4. I heard somebody say that you should score 20% of your corner kicks. Now, statistically, you should score 3% from your corner kicks, based upon hundreds of thousands of corner kicks, and we're over 10% right now, which is unreal. And so I'm really, really proud of the execution. We train those in the morning before the game, and we look at what the opposition give us and did a great job.
The offense was on full attack mode right from kickoff, and the pressure was unmatched by the Trojan defense. Passes were being connected at a high clip, the movement on the field was incredible, and the communication was loud and spot on. The one goal came early in the first half off a flawless corner kick from junior midfielder Alexia Delgado. The lone scorer in the game was the junior superstar Nicole Douglas off a deep header from inside the box. What a great way to start conference play. The Sun Devils look to continue their fiery conference start against Washington State University on March 5th. For Cronkite Sports, my name is Sam Stern.
Thanks, Sam. The team were scheduled to play Washington State today, but due to some COVID complications, that game will no longer take place. So the next game for the team is on Sunday as they take on the University of Washington. For more of Sam's content or women's soccer content, make sure to head over to cronkitesports.com.
2 years ago, Jaden Daniels burst onto the scene as Arizona State's first ever opening day freshman starter. And in that time, baby Jaden has grown into a monster. Now as a junior, JD has emerged as one of the nation's top quarterbacks and a potential day one NFL draft pick. Daniels will be the driving force behind any and all of Arizona State's success in the upcoming season. The QB isn't the only star in the backfield though, as the guys who lined up to the left, right, and rear of JD last year were pretty good too. ASU returns one of the most explosive players in the country in Rashad White. The junior college transfer running back accounted for a 50-plus yard play in every single one of the Sun Devils' game. In football, a 20-plus yard run is considered explosive, so that makes White downright nuclear. Where White brings the bang, sophomore running back Chip Traynham brings the boom. Weighing in at 230 pounds, he's not a very fun guy to tackle. Traynham scored a touchdown in every single one of Arizona State's games a year ago. All told, the Sun Devil offense is in a very good place. Even still, ASU might be more excited about Antonio Pierce's defense. The Sun Devils roll into 2021 with a veteran-laden group. Chase Lucas, Evan Fields, Jack Jones, Merlin Robertson, Darian Butler, and Jermaine Lole all opted to return to Arizona State despite having the opportunity to enter the NFL draft. They comprise a defense that returns all 11 starters and forced a turnover for every 7 points they allowed a season ago. Mix that all together, and the Sun Devils have a defense that looks like it'll hit harder than the subwoofer on a Rays caddy. For Cronkite Sports, I'm Peyton Gallagher.
Thanks, Peyton. To see more of his coverage and spring football coverage, go to cronkitesports.com.
Jaden Simmons has been balling for ASU women's hoops so far this year. Our own Jonah Krell sat down with her to talk to her about this season, coping with college ball, and all the people around her that make it all possible.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to a special edition, this time virtually, of WCSN Sun Devil Sit Down, where I am joined by freshman guard Jaden Simmons of the ASU women's basketball team, who is second on the team in points and minutes and first in assists and free throw attempts. Now, Jaden, when you hear those numbers being thrown out there, what stands out to you, and where do you think your game is at right now?
Most thing that stands out, I would just say, is the assist, because my favorite thing is just like passing, getting my teammates looks. Sometimes, I have to step up, hit shots and all that, but my favorite thing is assists. So I'm happy to be first in that category, because I know it's not just me that's doing that. My teammates have to hit the shots. So I think assists is the number one thing for me.
Absolutely. And let's just look at this year as a whole. You come to ASU in the middle of a pandemic, trying to get acclimated to college life and college athletics. And meanwhile, you have to deal with the challenges of COVID-19. Just tell me, what is it like to, have the life of a student athlete, and how are you dealing with all of this?
COVID has honestly helped me grow as a basketball player, just because all the more time that I can spend at the gym. We can just do school online, which helps get done with class, go straight to the gym and just work. And then I just say another thing that's probably been tough is just, the games. You never know which is certain, but like my coach said, just stay ready and you won't have to get ready.
Could you talk about what impact your family has had in your life and what support they've given you throughout your basketball career?
Yeah, well, start with my dad. He just, he coaches in the NFL, so he knows what it takes to get to that next level. He's just constantly pushing me. And also my trainers, Cordell Barkley, Aaron Barkley, and also my high school coaches. They all just they just helped me get to where I am today. My mom, nonstop support. She's just been my rock too. She's not always, she's telling me, the basketball part, but she focused more on the mental part. So to have my dad with the athletic and mental, but my mom with the mental just has helped me, because they make that connection work.
Absolutely. And my last question for you is, I know it's a lot to think about, but just looking at your future here at ASU, just what are your goals for you individually and team-wise, and just where do you see yourself going here in the future?
Obviously, personally, I would say the leadership role just has to grow. I've been told that since high school, so I'm just going to keep working on it to get better at that. And team-wise, biggest goal is just to get to the tournament and get as far as we can. We want that championship just like everyone else, but we're going to put in the work to make sure that we get it.
Jaden, you're on your way to becoming the first ASU freshman to average double figures in scoring since 2002. So hats off to you, and just want you to know you have a bright career and future here. So I can't wait to see what comes next for you. And for Jaden Simmons and WCSN, I'm Jonah Krell signing off from this Sun Devil Sit Down.
That was an awesome Sun Devil sit down there from Jonah Krell and Jaden Simmons. And to think about all the stuff she did, she made big shots, she was a star on the team, and she was only a freshman. She definitely has a lot more to come in a Sun Devil jersey. To see what Jaden Simmons does in a Sun Devil jersey in the future, or for more of Jonah Krell's content, make sure to head over to cronkitesports.com.
Top plays. Coming in at number 3, Taya Hansen, Arizona State taking on Arizona in a Territorial Cup matchup tied at 62. Is she clutch? Of course she is. Ice in her veins. Bye-bye Wildcats. Arizona State comes away with a 66-64 win.
Coming in at number 2, it will be Hunter Haas with a deep cut there. The ball going back, still going back off the wall. Haas seen speeding by there on his way to third. He sees the stop sign, he doesn't care, he's going for home. Touch plate, safe. An inside the park home run for Hunter Haas. And man, was he excited.
And coming in at number 1, it's the chef himself, Rennie Martin. Time ticking down against Washington State. Sidesteps from deep. Give me those buckets. Rennie Martin, his last game at Desert Financial Arena, gets the game winner.
What a player Remy Martin, aka the Chef, has been at ASU. He's certainly going to go down as a Sun Devil basketball legend, Spencer.
Absolutely, Ethan. And it's such a shame there weren't fans there to be able to cheer him on this season.
It definitely is a shame, but there's some looking up because according to Vice President of University Athletics, Ray Anderson, ASU is going to be allowing limited fans to men's and women's spring sports. It's going to be up to 25% capacity, and that's going to be starting this weekend. Spencer, that's awesome. And what's also awesome was this show. You absolutely killed it on your CSL anchor debut. Now take us home.
Thank you, Ethan. I just want to give a quick thank you to everyone here for giving me the opportunity. And to close things out, for Ethan, Ryter, everyone who's made this week's show so awesome, I'm Spencer Cihak. Have a good one, everybody.